Hey guys, what's up? This is an update on what's happened the past few weeks in PCRL. So here we go. Since the last video, we've had a multitude of different drivers jump into the series and a multitude of different winners. We've had drivers from Lil Killer to Trevor to Cole to G-Man jump into this league, and several of them win, including Cole 3 times and G-Man yesterday. In his first career attempt at a race, well, I can't say his attempt. He attempted to race in the All-Star race, and he did not make it. But his first career points race, and he ends up winning the race, and that's big for the league. He's only 2 points out of the top 15 to get into the chase, so that's going to bump Hatchie out as of right now. But right now he's still outside of the chase. But if he does happen to get ahead of Fireblaze, because he does race this week in Sonoma, there will be a big point shuffle, which I think is really, really cool in this league. You have to be in the top 15 to be able to get into the chase with a win. So that's squared away. Trey won the All-Star race, which was really, really cool. That was an awesome race to have. I think that went a lot better than expected. We didn't have the pit road qualifying where the actual Cup Series did what they did. We actually had to do 3 average lap times, and that was really, really good. And it all worked out really, really well. So I was really, really proud of that. And then I think probably our worst race though was Richmond. Richmond was a big fiasco. Richmond was a tough race to swallow as a league owner, because I knew that I had fucked up. You know, we didn't have any rules in place for a red flag of what we should do. We now do if a red flag does come out, because Fireblaze tested that theory of the All-Star race by flipping over. But yes, if a red flag does come out with like 3-4 laps to go, and it shuffles everything up, then wherever you were at that point of the red flag coming out, that's your finishing position, because we don't want to risk anything like that happening again. So yeah, Richmond we kind of want to put behind us and never have to talk about again. But I just kind of want to get that out there. That's the new rule. Well, I think one of our best races though was Talladega. Talladega was a really, really good race. A lot of coordination went on. Not too many cautions. It really, really worked out pretty well. And I think our toughest race this year was probably Dover next to Richmond. Dover was a pretty hard race to run. It was very, very tight. I have to say, personally, it was one of the most difficult league races I've ever had in my life. It was very, very hard to run that race, but Trey won that one as well. But in Pocono, G-Man won his first career race, but I thought that was really, really cool. You know, so it's showing that this league has a lot of density with all these good drivers. You know, whenever I go on Twitter and I see these champions, I have many of them in my league, and I feel very, very proud of that, and I want to thank you guys a ton for that. But as we're getting into the next couple weeks, we have one more break, and that will be the week of August 26th. August 26th, I'll be on vacation in North Carolina. I will not be bringing my system with me to be able to race. So we're going to have to take that one off. But that's our only scheduled week off, because any more weeks off, then we will go into Christmas. If we take one more unscheduled week off, then we will have to finish on Christmas Eve, which I don't know if anybody wants to do that. I don't know what your guys' plans are for Christmas Eves, you know, so that's kind of why I don't want to intrude on that, because then we'd have to skip the final couple of races to have to bump it into the next year because of, you know, New Year's and whatnot. So that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid right now. I tried to avoid it a couple of times, and I couldn't really do it all that well. But hopefully next year will be better. But we got 2 road courses coming up. We have Sonoma this week, then we got Daytona, and then we have that off week. And then we go back racing at Indianapolis, and then we go to Watkins Glen. And then we hit Bristol, Darlington, Richmond. The races that will have custom paint schemes. Custom paint scheme races will be at Daytona, Indianapolis, Bristol, and Richmond. I'm sorry, not Richmond, Darlington. Those 4 races before the chase. Now, drivers that are locked in to the chase, such as Trey, Mega, Zeus, Cole, Rush, and McSlam. They are all eligible for the chase to utilize custom paint schemes, which basically means that they could use the yellow valances on the front, they could use yellow numbers, and they could use yellow spoilers to denote that they are in the chase. This is all up to them if they would like to do it. I don't know what their plans are for the chase. I know Mega's very, very excited for it. He likes his custom paint schemes, so that's understandable. So yeah, those are the custom paint scheme races, which I think that's probably going to make the biggest difference in this league, is being able to show off your creativity and what you can find. You know, we've seen a lot of cool cars at the All-Star race. I have to say that right now. There's a lot of awesome race cars. I loved Mega's car. That old school Mountain Dew car that Mega ran, that was really, really awesome. We had a lot of cool paint schemes, and I don't know who's going to be utilizing paint schemes up in the very near future. But, you know, I'd hope to see some more at Daytona, Indy, Bristol, and Darlington. Especially Darlington, because those are the throwback paint scheme races. That's the throwback paint scheme race. That was something that I announced months and months ago, and then I kind of just unfolded into different races, being paint scheme races, which I think was pretty cool. I think that helps to be able to show your creativity during the league. So, yeah, but yeah, we have one more off week, and then once we go into the chase is going to be different. Now, it's not going to be different from the chase grid. It is the chase grid. You're going to have the eliminated drivers. Right now, we're planning on having 10 drivers into the chase, which means that the first week, we're going to be, each of the 3 rounds will be taking off 2 drivers. So after the first 3 races, 2 drivers eliminated. After the next 3, 2 drivers, and after the final 3, 2 drivers. And then we'll have a 4-driver chase for the championship at Homestead. But what I say when I say that it's different, I mean that it's not the 2015 chase schedule. It is a replica of the 2007 chase schedule, which basically goes as New Hampshire, Dover, Kansas. That would be the first 3. And then we will go to Talladega, Charlotte, and I want to say Martinsville. Yes, Martinsville. Then we go to Atlanta, Texas, Phoenix, and then we hit Homestead. So that's going to be a doozy, that second round, because those are 2 really, really big races you guys have to hit, and that's Talladega and Martinsville, 2 races that are very, very difficult. And then we have 2 mile-and-a-halves in the eliminator round, and that's big, because I know there's a lot of good mile-and-a-half drivers out there, such as Trey and Zeus and Cole. Those 3 drivers have dominated on the mile-and-a-half, so those are the guys you have to watch out for. And then Phoenix, of course, Trey was the only driver to win at Phoenix. So he's in that mix to possibly win all 3 races and head into to Homestead as the only locked-in driver. So it may be on points. You don't know. So, yeah, once we reset points, we'll all have, every driver that's in the chase will have 1,000 points heading into the contender round. So, sorry, no, the challenger round. We'll all have 1,000 points, all the top 10. And then when we go into the contender round, then we will go up to 2,000 points. And all the drivers that eliminated, the 2 drivers will go back to the original points. I'll just add on whatever races you guys ran to put in original points. And then so on. So 3,000, 4,000. But the top 4 at the end of Homestead, you will still have 4,000 points accredited to your name. It won't be just, you know, Trey has 4,000 points. Or, you know, Cole has 4,000 points or whatever. It's going to be the top 4 has 4,000 points at the end of the season. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we covered all the bases about what we got to do. Everybody's done a really good job, and I'm proud of you guys. You guys have really, really made me proud as a league owner. So I want to thank you guys for joining up in PCRL and making what it is. I've had several different drivers join in because they've heard through the vine this is a good league, and that's something that I could take to heart and say that we're doing a really, really good job here. So thank you guys. I'll see you all in Sonoma. Thank you.